All right, welcome. Here I have Tanya coming from Nevada. She is a dear student that I met at a retreat in Costa Rica, and she has completed the Live Your Yoga mentorship about 3 months ago. And we're just going to introduce Tanya and kind of ask her about her experience. Where were you before the program started, Tanya?
So this last year had been really challenging. I'd lost my mom, and so it kind of stirred up a lot, and I was struggling emotionally about just processing where I was at in my life. Financially, I felt like, I just didn't have a direction. I had nothing kind of set up foundationally for me as a single woman. And so around that, a lot of fears. And so I just felt like I didn't have any way to clear my muddy waters or any ideas or techniques. And especially being quarantined was really hard. Not having, people to interact with consistently, or, receiving positive feedback or different insights. So I think that, that really kind of challenged my mental state. Just dealing with the stresses and intensities that we're dealing with in our society right now, and even with my job as a teacher.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit more about the finances, because I know before we began, it was a rather large investment for where you are. How did you feel about making that investment to where it brought you to now?
So at the time, I was really overextending myself financially because I was competing, and it's just been amazing thing. But financially, I was putting out a lot of money. I was getting title loans. I was paying, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and then it was hitting walls to where I felt like I could never financially get balanced or stable. And then I saw your program, and I do remember our conversations and stuff from when we were together in Costa Rica about manifesting and having faith, and kind of having a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that it was good timing because I was still grieving, still in a very hurt place. And I always have loved your energy and you living your life the way that, your truth is. And it's not about rainbows, waterfalls, and surfing and hiking,
Yeah,
right? But
totally.
but yeah, but it was like, it was still a way to kind of navigate it. And so I figured that, one, since I wasn't driving around, I'm going to apply that gas money to, something that I at least know that was going to help me move forward, have a group to kind of interact with,
Yeah.
and, kind of just, I'm always open to like signs and just things lining up. And I know so many things can be helpful. So I'm grateful that I'm still open to things. And I think that's kind of what was great, is it lined up. It was perfect. And then financially, I had that faith where, you're not driving anywhere. So just
Yeah.
put the gas money somewhere else. And that's kind of how it started. And then I really did see things change in my finances because I think my mindset started to change. And
Right.
yeah, I wasn't traveling. So that was kind of a mutual blessing at the time. So I could kind of feel the abundance of not always money going out and me trying to hustle to just try to even get there.
Yeah, and I love what you said, because it's about prioritizing where our income is coming from, and to know that when we make that personal investment into ourselves, we get it back tenfold. So instead of putting money in medical bills or in other things outside of ourselves, we put that money inside of ourselves, and we tell universe source that we actually want to level up, and in that we're able to attract more. And my teacher calls it magic money, and I believe 100% that magic money comes when you believe in yourself. You also said
100%.
another thing about timing. And I know for a while we were chatting and it was like, oh, maybe next month. Oh, maybe next time you run it. And when you finally joined the program, you shared a few things with me about what you learned on timing, and just thought maybe you could drop in here what came up for you in that.
Well, I think, like in our lives, like we talk about, when we're ready, the teacher arrives.
Hmm.
Um, and so, it's funny, or it's like when you read a book years before and then you read it again and you're like, I don't remember it saying that,
Mhm.
but it did, and you just weren't hearing it or seeing it. So I think that's a lot of that timing is we get multiple opportunities, because sometimes we're not ready to quite see the blessing, see the change, be the change yet. And so, um, with the timing, like you said, I've always believed in investing, whether it was massage school, whether it was another yoga training or just a retreat, or, and I have gotten kind of teased about, you're always going to school, you're always doing these trainings, you're always doing this. And I was like, yeah, because to me, I am open, because I know that the more that we can grow and have that growth mindset and change, that we can heal. And mine has always been finances, family karma and drama, and love relationships. So,
All
those
of
have
us.
been right. And so I'm like, okay, and I'm glad now too that I've been isolating, because I just need to be alone and kind of figure it out, because I want to be a good partner. I don't want someone to have to deal with my issues if I can't deal with them.
Right.
Um, and I feel the same in my partner. Not that we're not going to have issues or our baggage or our drama, but
Sure.
I don't want to add. I want to have solutions and be able to be like, no, this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm creating. And I have seen a huge difference since we started working together. Like I said, it was really crazy. All of a sudden I get all these offers from the university. Will you teach yoga on Zoom? Our friend Heidi blessed me with a class, and then
Mm.
she took my class and gave me the highest little compliment and was like, I would take your class any day. You're amazing. You
Beautiful.
right? She's like, you're a yogi. And I was like,
Oh,
and so I had never experienced that from another yoga teacher. I had always, and I think I told you, I'd had other yogi people be mean to me. Um, and so it was very healing to hear that. And so, because I'd quit teaching yoga for years, I
wow.
just was over it. I was done. I just didn't, I was losing my center with it. Um, and thought, I'm just a martial artist. That's just kind of where I need to stay. And hanging out with you and Heidi pretty much is what kind of opened me back up to. And then I went to, that uh, training that talks about the yoga for BJJ, because jiu-jitsu people are amazing. I love them, but they're stuck in their ways.
Yeah,
And
those mindset.
they very much so. They see yoga on a different perspective. So I'm wanting to really bridge that world,
Yeah.
because it's
Beautiful.
amazing. And I've met like, within jiu-jitsu is kind of its own little misfit group, right? And then you meet these people that do yoga and jiu-jitsu, and it's so cool because you find that really cool little community. And it was inspiring again. And I was like, yes, now I know where I need to be doing this.
Yeah,
So
so
it gave me
with that
purpose.
said, Tanya, before when we first were gathering, it was like you were going through a lot with losing your mom, not sure where you wanted to be, kind of in a lot of fear. And now, where would you say you're at? Because I hear opportunity and maybe moving. And what's happening for you now since you started to do the work?
So now it's been really thinking about planning. So starting, a strong retirement program, because I see myself, retiring and then teaching yoga full time, and competing in jiu-jitsu. So that's kind of what I want to set myself up for. And the fear has definitely shifted to nervous, because I'm like, okay, this is a little nervous, but I feel excited and motivated,
Yeah.
and hopeful. And, you know, all these opportunities since we've been working together, you know, TMCC has reached out to me. Hey, I know you used to teach here. Would you like some more classes? And so, for Pilates. And so I'm
Wow.
going to start picking that up, and that's going to be an extra $400 that I'm going to start stuffing away in savings, just straight cash.
It
Um,
sounds like what I'm hearing from you is you've got this tunnel vision of clarity. Like, not only have you been, I know for you, like, journaling wasn't so pleasant and sitting in meditation was like, no, I don't know if I want to, but it's like, since I see so much clarity and direction in you, and like we were just talking, you know, that doesn't mean every day you wake up and it's rainbows and surfing. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, I don't want to get on my effing yoga mat, but I know if I don't, I'm going to feel worse later. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
And
that's
it's just
awesome.
been,
I really love to see your transformation, and not only that you're feeling the transformation, that you're attracting what you want, but other people are reflecting back to you like, wow, that class was amazing. So you are being the ripple, but also people are acknowledging the shift that you've made as you've committed to yourself and the personal growth. And I always say the best investment that anyone can make is in themselves, because we leave this world alone, but we take ourselves and who we become with us.
well, it was so amazing. So I've been teaching the yoga in the park on Thursday for Yoga Hood.
Yeah.
And one of the ladies, because I've been having like 8 people show up. It's been really cute. And
I hope social distancing.
oh yes, no, absolutely. We have our, but it's because that's what's nice about the park, you know,
Yeah.
is just being away and not having to be in a building with your mask.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only time we don't have to just deal with that. So that's been the great thing. And then it was she works for Washoe County, and HR, which, you know, that's kind of ironic. And so she emailed me later, and because I was like, yeah, this will be my last week, you know, teaching in the park because I go back to work. And she goes, you know, she just gave me one of the most pleasant, beautiful emails, just thanking me. And, you know, she goes, I would try and sneak you out and see if you could just teach for an hour, you know, because it was so nice. So it was just a really nice affirmation
That's
that
awesome.
I'm on, you know, the right path again.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Tanya. I know that you are a busy woman, and even getting you on this call to do this review was a little bit of a time consumption for you. So thank you so much. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what you manifest the rest of this year. And I hope that means you and I surfing together in Costa Rica.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I definitely, yeah. And that's another motivation for that extra little job, you know, just trying to sock it away.
Well, keep practicing, keep manifesting, and I know that will be our truth so soon.
Right. Thank you.
Bye.